战略必将遭到全面和彻底的失败。
主义的火炬照亮人类前行之路，不断崛起、不断扩大的国际影响力。
European Union's global gateway strategy is seen as a challenge to China's Belt and Road Initiative. The plan to raise $340 billion to finance infrastructure. It will focus on transport, health, education and digital and climate projects in Asia, Africa, the Middle East and Latin America. The EU is China's biggest trading partner, and the project would allow it to promote its geopolitical influence. Beijing has extended its own reach during the 8 years since it launched its own initiative. Well, the Belt and Road programme was launched in 2013. It's President Xi Jinping's signature project to connect China to the rest of the world. Beijing is investing more than $800 billion in over 13,000 projects in 165 countries. In return, China gets access to the raw materials it needs to fuel its growth. But critics say the initiative has pushed many countries deeply into debt. Well, let's bring in our guests. Zainab Usman is the director of the Africa programme at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace in Washington, D.C. In Brussels, we're joined by Luisa Santos, the Deputy Director General at Business Europe. That's a lobbying group representing businesses in Europe. And Victor Gao is the Vice President of the Centre for China and Globalisation, and he joins us from Beijing. A warm welcome to all of you on this edition of Inside Story that China has been doing with the Belt and Road Initiative since 2013. Does China welcome this competition, shall we say, or is China somewhat intimidated that they're no longer the lender that countries will go to get these big infrastructure projects done?
Well, first of all, if the global gateway is truly meant for building up connectivity and infrastructure in developing countries, including African countries, then the more the better. It's not only it's not a competition. It is very much welcomed, not only by China, but by all the receiving countries. However, if you listen to President von der Leyen's speech about the global gateway, then you need to worry about it, because I hope global gateway is not going to be politicized and used for ideological agenda. And if competition does happen, we all welcome that, and we hope it will be competition on equal terms rather than on political agenda or by politicizing such infrastructure and connectivity. We all know African countries in particular suffer from colonialism for several hundred years. And when the British colonists left Africa, infrastructure was in shambles. And many African countries are not connected with each other, and they need to fly to European capitals for transit back to African capitals. So it is a shame, and everyone needs to pitch in to build up connectivity in Africa as well as in other parts of the world. So from the Chinese perspective, we welcome genuine investments in infrastructure and connectivity,